Oh, Milo. He's afraid of the camera.
So what we saw primarily was him pulling pretty hard out of from the ER area through the waiting room into this area. He didn't show a lot of desire at this point to pull towards other dogs or people. Just pretty much just pull you along like on a ski rope. So if we can get him to be more likely to be under control and responsive to you, then there's a better chance of using that behavior in situations back home where you need him to be show a little bit more patience and restraint.
Like if he sees a squirrel or another dog, he'll just like suddenly, like just all of a sudden it's a burst of energy. And that's how my shoulder got hurt, because he'll just pull me like out of my hand out of my socket.
Right.
And when he does that with a gentle leader, is there any tension on the neck?
You know, anything's possible. So never, and as you know, being a veterinarian, never say never. But
Yeah.
The potential for injury with a gentle leader is extremely small. The collar fits above the larynx area or the trachea area, and it fits at the base of the neck. So any tension on the gentle leader is really just focused on the back of the skull. And rarely, if ever, do you have an issue. I've never had an issue with it. What we want to do is maintain that the leash is loose. And we want, the thing that you want to look for is what we call a J pattern. So what that means is the leash should leave your hand, go down, loop back up to his collar. If you see the leash just coming straight out, then it's too tight. Because as you put tension on the leash, it's closing down on that nose band, and it's creating sort of a correction, and it's uncomfortable to him. So if you're constantly walking with the leash tight, he's constantly being corrected. Good. And then the other issue is just like you're doing, and just keep walking while I talk, and just make your turn and walk back. Like you're doing, you decide where you want to go, and he needs to follow you. So you just purposefully walk, and that's the key word I like to use, is a purposeful walk. If you're going to make a turn, you make the turn and let him adapt and follow you. You don't need to jerk the leash or snap it or pop it, but you just make your move, go where you want to go, and then he's going to learn that he has to follow along. Otherwise, he gets corrected kind of automatically. Milo, sit. Dada boy. Watch me. Good boy. Milo, stay. Good, stay. Good boy. Milo, stay. Watch me. So, again, gentle leader is there to just kind of stop him from taking off. Because you're a distraction here, but that's okay. We'll see how we do. Milo, come here. Can you sit? Good boy. Watch me. Dada boy. Milo, stay. Good boy. Watch me. Good boy. Way to go. Milo, sit. Dada boy. Watch. Milo, stay. Watch. Watch me. Good boy. Milo, stay. Watch me. That boy.
Milo, watch me. Good boy.
Does that make sense so far?
It does, yeah.
Okay. So I think I'd like to do is take it outside.
Okay.
So first we'll do is let's walk him a little bit outside,
Okay.
doing the same types of things when we were walking in here. And then we'll see if there's some distractions of dogs coming in and out. Yeah, a couple more times. I think he's starting to get to kind of just a little bit more relaxed. He's got that open mouth look. And so if you look at him, you can tell he's a little more relaxed. Just, he's got a little bit more of a spring in his step. He's not scanning as much, and his face is looking a little bit more relaxed. So if you got a situation where, he's got his mouth closed, he's constantly looking back and forth, and he's walking cautiously, he's not as relaxed. Whereas right now, he's starting to move a little bit more bouncy. He's looking up at you a little bit more. So Becky, if you can walk like up here, close to this curb, and we'll have Joanna walk up along the cars, and just kind of walk like two ships passing in the night, and just keep moving. And just keep moving. So we're going to have to sort of assess how much distraction they're going to be at this distance. So you want to stay close to those cars, and you want to stay close this way. And just keep lots of rewards and commands. Keep them coming. Good man. Keep going. There we go. Let's do that a couple times, back and forth.
Milo, watch me. Good boy. Milo, watch me. Milo,
Why
watch me.
not? Really?
Good boy.
Ah.
Milo, watch me. Milo, watch me. Good
So again, we're not going to fix this problem today, but what my goal is to give you the tools to be able to work on it. And so if you're out on a walk, what I want you to do is make the assumption that he's going to react inappropriately so when you see another dog or a person. So rather than wait until he does that, assume that he is going to behave inappropriately and then start working with him. So if you're on a walk and you have the ability to create some space, we do what's called response substitution. What that means, we want to substitute an appropriate response for the inappropriate response, either after he's reacted negatively or preferably before he reacts negatively. You don't want him, choosing to behave inappropriately, so you want to successfully compete with that. And as you get more successful at a safe distance, then you gradually decrease the distance. So essentially what you want to have happen is somebody's approaching like we were doing here, but you should be able to do it in the context of just a normal, like on a normal sidewalk. It just takes practice, and the more situations you can put him in and the more often you can do this, the better.
I would say it's pretty dramatic because before he pulls so hard and it would be very sudden pulling. He actually hurt my shoulder a couple of times from just pulling really, really hard. And this, I just kind of tug on it a little bit. I hardly use any force at all, and he'll follow me. It's really dramatic, and I don't feel like I'm going to get hurt with this at all. This is really, I think it's very different.